Hello, I'm Brad Fox. Welcome to my channel, I Hate Rock Music. And today, pretty incredible news. Pretty much the word is out there now, and everyone knows about the fact that the original Alice Cooper group has reunited for a full album that will be coming out in just 2 months, July of 2025, called The Revenge of Alice Cooper. It's produced by Bob Ezrin and reunites the original surviving members of the band. Um, Dennis Dunaway, Michael Bruce, and Neil Smith, of course, with Alice Cooper, and supposedly some kind of guest appearance by deceased guitar player Glenn Buxton. So it'll be interesting to see how he is on this record in some shape or form. But pretty incredible. Finally, a reunion people have talked about for years. And of course, we've had some live reunions, one notable one in 1999 and then 2016 at the record store, which has been released as a live record. And it was amazing to me to see the reunion in 2016 and listen to it and see that the band really still had that magic. And that's one of the things about the original Alice Cooper group, one of the great rock bands of all time. And not because they had any outstanding, grandstanding players. They were definitely an ensemble and they served the material. And they had a certain magic. And for my money, something that Alice Cooper never duplicated again with all the hired guns and professionals and supposedly upgrading the technical abilities of the band and issuing, God, I don't know, 30 solo albums over all these years. But to me, this is really exciting news. I don't have super high expectations, but nonetheless, it's the original group, and they're going to have a certain magic, and I look forward to it. A single has been released, Black Mambo, and in some respects, it's a little underwhelming, but Dennis Dunaway and Neil Smith on bass and drums sound really great. Michael Bruce's guitars are really treated on it, which seems kind of odd. But that said, Alice Cooper sounds great on vocals. It's an interesting piece of music, and I really look forward to hearing this whole album. We have a whole track listing: Black Mambo, Wild Ones, Up All Night, Kill the Flies, One Night Stand, Blood on the Sun, Crap That Gets in the Way of Your Dreams, Famous Face, Money Screams, What a Sid, Intergalactic Vagabond Blues, What Happened to You, and I Ain't Done Wrong, which is a Yardbirds cover, and See You on the Other Side. So 15 new tracks by the original Alice Cooper group, produced by Bob Ezrin. Of course, Bob Ezrin had everything to do with how incredible the original Alice Cooper group albums were. Definitely kind of the George Martin of the Alice Cooper band. He added a lot of interesting textures and complexities to their music, so good to see him on board. And apparently the album is going to be released with a special edition 7-inch of two old classics, Return of the Spiders off of the Easy Action album and Titanic Under Overture from Pretties for You. So that'll be curious to hear. I'm not sure if they're re-recordings or new recordings updated, but that'll be incredible to hear. And so I don't know how much else to say about it other than I'm really, really excited about it. One of my favorite groups of all time, and it's great that they're back together. And we've got 15 tunes, so there's a really pretty good chance that a lot of it should be really good. And there's promises that it's a return to the old form. And I'm not a big fan of the solo Alice Cooper stuff. I love the original Alice Cooper group and their particular magic. And I have total respect and props to Alice Cooper for his long solo career. And there's interesting stuff in there, but it really didn't do it for me the way the original Alice Cooper band did. And I can't emphasize enough, they just had a certain magic, and it's hard to quantify. But the new album is going to be here in July. I'm totally excited about it. One of a few reunions that I'm really jacked about. My only caveat, of course, is that it's really unfortunate that the band broke up on pretty good terms, and of course Alice wanted to go in a more theatrical direction. and have players who are a lot less problematic than, say, Glenn Buxton was. And of course, the band wanted to kind of strip down and head into a rock and roll direction. They made one album as a group called Billion Dollar Babies Battle Axe with the original band without Alice Cooper, and it has some pretty cool moments on it. Over time, I have a pretty deep appreciation for that record. Um, and even the last original Alice Cooper album in 1974, Muscle of Love, was somewhat disappointing after the incredible masterpieces that preceded it. But it does have a lot of great material on it, and it is the original band. So for that reason alone, it's essential. But I wish they had reunited in, say, 77 or 78 or even sometime in the 80s when Glenn Buxton was still around. There just doesn't seem much reason for it not to have happened. Alice Cooper made his successful career, and it wouldn't have really cost anyone anything. And it would have been great to have a reunion of the full band. But my hat's off to Alice Cooper. He's nearly 80, and he doesn't have to, but he's still out there touring year after year and recording new albums one after another. And new generations are discovering all his classic songs, which he still plays live. And but now we have the original group back together, and I'm really fucking excited. And I'll cut it a lot of slack. It's been 50 years, and but still, as I keep repeating over and over, that original band had a magic to it, and I really hope they captured it on this new album. So anyway, I know it's old news. Everybody knows about this now, but I had to comment on it because I'm totally jacked. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music.